Hi everyone, my name is Mridul and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be doing another food video. So a couple of videos ago, I asked you guys if you wanted to see like a midnight snacks idea. And so many of you guys actually wanted me to make one. So here I am delivering. Most of these are, by the way, like desserts. They're like sweet dishes. There's actually just one which is like savory and not sweet. So yeah, let's just get started with today's video. Now, of course, all of these ideas you can even have during the day. You don't have to have them at night. But this is what I tend to have at night. I tend to crave like sweet stuff at night only. For some reason, throughout the day, I don't really care for sweets. But raat ko, like 1 baje ke baad, it's time to have some dessert. So the first recipe that I'm going to be sharing with you guys is popcorn, caramelized popcorn. I did share a caramelized popcorn recipe back in the day, but I have a easier, much better way to do it. The previous recipe was very long, very lengthy. This is very quick and tastes basically the same. It tastes just like theater ka popcorn, like caramelized popcorn. Of course, there are some nights where I just want to have plain popcorn, but there are some nights that I want to have some caramelized popcorn. So this is how I make it. So I'm starting off with some brown sugar. You could totally use regular white sugar as well. It works equally as good. And then you want to evenly spread the sugar across the pan so that it caramelizes equally. Now, one thing that you definitely want to remember is that caramelized sugar can be very, very dangerous. So please be extremely careful when you're working with this. You can easily burn yourself. Keep the flame high and keep mixing the sugar, and in just a couple of seconds, this is what the caramelized sugar is going to look like. Once it starts looking like this, lower the flame and add in some butter. And once you're going to add in the butter, it's going to start to froth like so. Combine the butter and sugar really well and switch off the gas. Make sure to switch off the gas without fail, warna jo caramelized sugar hai na wo thoda kadwa ho jayega, and of course you want it to be sweet. So make sure to switch off the gas. And then to this I'm adding a pinch of salt simply because it's too sweet for me, and a couple of drops of vanilla essence. It just gives it that more dessert sort of a vibe. Mix it all together and then add in your popcorn. I've just popped them regularly, jaise pop karte popcorns ko, and then combine it well. Mix it all together. Once you've mixed the caramel with the popcorn, just let it cool down for 10 to 15 minutes. Do not touch it because it's going to be super, super hot. After 10 to 12 minutes, take the popcorn and just separate it, and it'll be super crunchy and super yummy and ready for you to eat. And this is what it looks like. Now the next recipe is a mug recipe. These days mug recipes are so popular, and I had to try one for myself. By the way, this was recommended by Mansi Mao. She eats a lot of these Oreo mug cakes, and I asked her for the recipe and tried it out for myself, and I've been hooked. It's so good, so easy. I think it takes like 5 minutes max and tastes amazing. So this is how I make it. So I started off by taking a couple of Oreos. I think I took 6 to 7 Oreos in this mixie ka container, and then I added some baking powder and a pinch of salt just to balance out the Oreo ka sweetness. Just a little bit of butter. This is optional. You don't have to add in the butter. And then mixer mein घुमा लिया और ऐसा powder sort of consistency हो गया. Milk add किया. Now one thing that you want to make sure is कि milk add करके it needs to be almost like a milkshake, like it needs to be very runny. So add milk according to that. Next, take a mug. I have taken a bowl and I'm just greasing it with some butter just so that it doesn't stick to the container. And then pour in your liquid Oreo paste that you've made. And then I let it cook in the microwave for around 3 to 4 minutes, like anywhere between that. I'll keep checking, and this is what it finally looks like. Now, similar to the Oreo cake, we're also going to be making another vanilla sort of a mug cake. So I'm starting off with some parleji. I took 7-8 parleji biscuits. You can honestly take any biscuit really for this, and then again added some baking powder, a pinch of salt, and then I also added a couple of drops of vanilla essence because I love vanilla. Uska powder kar diya mixer mein, and then milk add kiya finally. Again, the same technique. You want it to be kind of like a milkshake sort of a consistency. By the way, I would recommend adding some sugar also to this paste. I personally don't like it to be super sweet, but I know this could be kind of bland for most people, so definitely add in sugar if you have a sweet tooth. Take your greased bowl or greased mug, pour it in, and this I noticed that it did not require more than 3 minutes to cook, and this is what my vanilla mug cake looked like. I did mention in the intro that I do have one savory dish, and this savory dish is so good. Like, just thinking about it is like making my mouth water. I'm probably gonna go make it right now after the video. It is this aloo bhujiya, masaledar. I mean, I don't know what to call it. Just see how I make it. So I started off with some aloo bhujiya haldiram ka, and then I just took some chopped kachi curry. Abhi season chal raha hai, so it's like the perfect time to add that in. And then नींबू, मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा नींबू पसंद है, so I squeeze like one full नींबू in there, and then just some काला नमक and some lal mirch ka powder. Mix it all together, and this is what it looks like. Trust me, this tastes so good. Aloo bhujiya on its own is fab, but this is like one step further. Now, in order to make mango sorbet, what you're gonna need are, of course, some mangoes. I took 2 mangoes, chopped them into small little pieces, and then I just froze them in the freezer for a couple of hours. उसके बाद निकाल लिए, and then mixer में उसको add किया with just a dash of honey, just for that extra flavor and sweetness. Run it in the mixie, and then I placed it in this airtight container. Spread it evenly, like how ice cream कैसे आता है वैसे ही same, and then froze it again for a couple of hours. This is one dish that I used to make when I was really little. My nani used to make it, like help me make it, and I still love it. So definitely try it out. It's so easy, but so fresh and yummy. The last dessert snack idea that I have for you guys is this halwa. Now this halwa by no means takes 5 or 10 minutes to make. It takes a little bit longer than that, but I did want to include it in today's video. It's because what I do is I'll make like a huge batch in advance, and then I'll have it like every night or every other night. So you can do the same thing. It makes for a delicious snack. It's quickly become one of my favorite desserts, and I make it at home. It tastes so good. You guys definitely have to try this halwa. It's वो प्रसाद का हलवा जो मिलता है ना. It's so simple to make, but it's so rich and so good. Do try it out for sure. So I'm gonna start off by adding ghee to my pan. Now, as always, all the measurements are gonna be listed in the description box below. And then I'm gonna add in some bananas. Now, do not skip this step. Like, do not forget to add bananas, because in my opinion, this is what gives it like that main flavor. Let the bananas kind of simmer for around 2 minutes, and then start smashing them and combining them with the ghee. Once you're done with that, add in the rava and let it kind of sizzle for 20 to 25 minutes. Now, another tip that I would like to give you guys is that do not hurry. Like, let the rava really like thoroughly cook, because a lot of times I've gotten really impatient and it does not taste the same. Like, so you have to let the rava cook for 20 to 25 minutes and keep stirring it in between. I know 20 to 25 minutes sounds like a lot of time. It is a lot of time, but trust me, it's worth the wait. And then add in your dry fruits. I just added in some badam and kaju. Mix it all together, and then add in some doodh and water, equal measure of doodh and water. Mix it all together, and then cover it with a lid for 5 minutes on low flame. And after 5 minutes, add in the sugar. Mix the sugar in really well, and then again cover it with a lid for 5-ish minutes. And that's it. It tastes so good. Don't forget to try this one out for sure. This is my favorite dessert. And yeah, that's it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I've been loving you guys' recreations. So many of you guys have been tagging me on Instagram, and I love it. Thank you so much for sharing images. It really does make my day. And I think that's basically about it. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the little bell to get notified every single time I post. Follow me on my Instagram and follow Simbaa Lifestyle. I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye!